Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aziz Ahmed, and today is the 11th day of September in the year 2025. Today, I'm going to speak to you about morality and governance uh, and how our country has fared in this regard. Now, if we talk about morality and governance, we have got to think about what moral values have we imparted to our country. Are we honest? Are we uh, conforming to the basic tenets of our great religion, Islam? Are we following the rule of law? Are we following the social contract between the between the state and the people of Pakistan? Or are we just wandering from one point to the next without caring for the future of the country, for the uh, for the future generations of the country, and waiting for a apocalyptic catastrophe to happen? Now, if we look back over this past 78 years of our existence, Pakistan has degenerated from a state which was built by one of the most moralistic politician going around, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. But as we give a holistic view of our history, we find the moral degradation coming through at all stages of life. And one of the premier institutions of the country can be found mostly responsible for it. I will talk about this more as we go on. But we reach a point of a point where we can all hang our heads in shame in 1970, when we let our country be bifurcated and let the eastern part of the country, known as East Pakistan, become Bangladesh, just because there was lust and greed of one uniformed general sitting in the president's house, who had occupied that position by force rather than by popular acclaim. General Yahya Khan promulgated his own version of the social contract, the LFO, in 1969-70, which he himself violated and let the country go asunder, with Bangladesh coming into existence, and the Pakistan army going on a rampage, killing its own civilians and committing atrocities in the eastern wing of Pakistan, and crushing the Bengali desire for self-determination or self-rule into a massacre which was condemned all over the world. And then another infamous general in our history, General A.A.K. Niazi, laid down the arms in front of General Arora at Paltan Maidan, Dhaka in 1970. These people, who by their own oath when coming into commission were not allowed to participate in politics, but to defend our borders or come to the aid of the civilian government, led down the country in such a manner that they not only indulged in politics and in some activities that they were prohibited from, and by their policies let the country go down the drain. The Hamudur Rahman Commission report, which took 4 years to compile after the fall of Dhaka, and had all the representatives of the armed forces and and the judiciary, headed by the Chief Justice, the then Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Hamudur Rahman, was submitted. An exemplary punishment was recommended for all those who indulged in those crimes. If we had, given the exemplary punishment that was recommended, Pakistan today would have been a different place. Since then, we have gone from one bad place to the next, and our level of degradation, moral decay and degradation, has grown and grown and grown. I was just browsing through the 2002 to 2023 Toshakhana list of recipients, and I can see there that while the system, the prevailing system, persecute or prosecute one of the prime ministers of the country, Imran Khan, for taking some watches or something from Toshakhana. But we have now in possession of power the thieves who took away cars worth billions for which they were not even entitled. Cars received as gifts from foreign countries are supposed to be taken by the state and put in the government pool, and they cannot be sold. Nawaz Sharif bought 3 cars worth over 10 billion rupees for mere 700,000 rupees, and Asif Ali Zardari got 1 car for a similar nature. Now, if I just browse through the Toshakhana lists, I see Asif Ali Zardari so far till 2023 taking 237 gifts amounting to 14 billion rupees and paying only 2.1 million rupees for that. If I look at Imran Khan, he took 166 gifts amounting to 12 billion rupees and paying for it 2.5 million rupees for it. But look at what Shaukat Aziz did. He took 1,045 gifts amounting to 2.25 million rupees and paying only 5.4 million rupees for it. The total gifts taken in this period are 2,600, amounting to an estimated value of 910 billion rupees, for which only 126 billion rupees were paid by the dignitaries, and causing a loss to the exchequer of 783 billion rupees. Now, to fault only the one prime minister, while all of these guys indulged in the loot and plunder of the Toshakhana, look at what Nawaz Sharif did. He took gifts worth 73 billion rupees and paid only 1.4 million rupees for it, leaving a deficit of 5.8 billion rupees. So, our moral degradation is the fact that we can take just for political victimization one person to task and leaving the others to be occupying the powers and ruling the country. Now, instead of going through rule of law and the social contract, we change our constitution. I think Pakistan has been the only country in the world which had a person-specific amendment. When Ziaul-Haq was a clause stated that Ziaul-Haq will be the president of Pakistan if the country voted for Islamic system in the country in a referendum. And then now, during the last 3.5 years, and especially with the 26th Amendment, we are making constitutional amendments and laws to suit this morning's necessity, and forgetting that the country is supposed and the people of Pakistan are supposed to have the social contract between the state and the country forever. The United States of America had the Constitution framed in 1757. And look at how many constitutional amendments it has done so far. We have done, I think, more than twice in the last 10 years what the US did in over 250 years or more of their existence. The UK has no constitution and it works on precedents and laws, but there's a social contract between the people of UK and the state. The elections where people go and cast their votes are primary points where people elect their leaders, and they are sacrosanct. Look at what happened on 8 February with Form 45 and Form 47. We have illegal rulers changing the social contract at their whims and desires. That is the ultimate moral degradation that we can have in our country. I am sorry to say that the people of Pakistan have been treated like herds of sheep and not given the respect that is due to them. Look what is happening in the floods. People are more concerned about getting publicity and videos made while not even thinking of what is happening to the affectees. Look what has happened in the southern Punjab. Just to ferry a family of 6 from one bank to the other, the boat owner is asking for about 280,000 rupees, and to ferry them back another 280,000 rupees. Now those people who are affected and do not have access to funds or to their crops or to their animals and are in misery are being charged this ludicrous amount of money just to transport a dead body from the affected area to the banks for burial costs the family rupees 100,000. So the moral degradation of our society, from breaking traffic lights to doing what is being done to the flood affectees, while the rulers fly off in their branded clothes and having designer watches and sunglasses on top of them, is something that we can only not only wonder at but despair at. But there is hope as we look around the region. Look at what had happened in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and now recently in Nepal. These people do not know that when the people uprising comes, they will be chased down the flooded areas without any clothes on them, and they will have to take their helicopters or airplanes out like Ashraf Ghani did in Kabul, and without knowing where they are going and and leaving behind everything that they had accumulated. Let's hope for the best for our country. Thank you very much.